can see I'm stabilizing myself, getting ready for the final thing. That's just gonna be swinging into the position of planche, kind of like a pendulum. And I'm gonna try my best to hold it in that position. And as you can see, I did a L-sit as I mog. Today, we're starting off with wrist rotations. We're going to do 10 reps on each side. That's what you normally want to do when normally warming up your wrists, just to make sure they're strong. Then as you can see, we're now switching it up, trying to go for all ranges of motion. The same thing again, 10 sides, the 10 reps on each side, focusing on that full range of motion, so we can avoid that future injury in the long run. Okay, so for here, we're gonna focus on the full range of motion, full wrist flexion, and just stretch that out. Make sure that's nice and flexible. That way, we are, again, warming up the wrist, getting it nice and loose, so that when we are going for the calisthenic skills later on, we will be able to have that flexibility and strength to do those skills that we want to do later on in the future. That's why it's out of utmost importance to warm up your wrists. Like now you see here, I'm switching it up now. I'm focusing on stretching the ulna and the radialis of my arm and strengthening that part, going back and forth for about a couple or just 20 reps. So be 10 on each hand. Okay, going into this next variation, we're gonna have our hands pointed out to our left and right, having them close together and doing rotations. And being it similar to the other ones is pretty simple and easy to recognize. So let's move on to the next. Okay, getting into this next one, this will be less about stretching the muscle and strengthening it in that position, but more so on actually flexing that muscle like you would do a regular wrist extension curl. Okay, so this focus just using your body weight and extending your wrist just from like the upper portion of your body. Okay, so that's about it for this. It strengthens the forearm, the wrist joint, and all the muscles surrounding it. And here now you see me just doing some simple wrist rotations. I think that's what they call them. Just some regular wrist rotations from counterclockwise to clockwise and so forth. Make sure you're getting all the mobility out of this exercise. Okay, going into the next point, we're going to be doing pseudo planche push-ups, which are going to be the other exercise we are doing before we do our skills, where it will focus on actually giving us the awareness of our body in the actual position, just with our legs on the ground. Now we are going into the main stuff. As you can see, after my terrible form in the front lever, I then immediately go into the assistant because I'm not lost. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad. That's why I'm using the band here to give me some little assistance. And here you can see that I'm actually having some good form. I'm retracting my back, squeezing my ass, and basically holding a nice stable position. Now here, as you can see, I'm stabilizing myself, getting ready for the final thing. That's just going to be swinging into the position of planche, kind of like a pendulum. And I'm going to try my best to hold it in that position. And as you can see, I did a L-sit as I mogged